Okay, so now we're going to look at the next layer, Kathy Arrives layer. So once you've duplicated this layer, you're of course going to have characters on here you don't want. Now, right now we don't because this is finalized, right? But you're going to want to delete all the characters here that you don't need. Okay, so pretty much all these intro characters will go away, and the thought cloud from the base layer I'm going to delete on this layer. Okay, so I'm just going to go and hide some of these that I've already done, and I'll show you step by step from the beginning by making these appear as we talk about it. Okay, so now we're on the Kathy Arrives layer, and I've hid all the characters, so we just have the background. Okay, so their scene that will stay the same. And one of the first things you probably want to do is go to Insert Characters and pick a character for Kathy that you're going to use. So pick something that you'd like, and then insert, and you can resize. So all that stuff is up to you to do however you want. I'm just showing you the basics for this type of an example. And then once you decide on Kathy, we're going to set up all the poses for the characters, so for Derek and Kathy. And this slide is also going to have captions. So we're going to have the speech bubbles as they are speaking to each other. And I'll show you that later with the text-to-speech. Now, text-to-speech, robot voice is not the best thing to use, but I wanted to cover it because it's part of this letter C example, because you're converting text into speech. But if you can find some robot voice that is really good to use, you know, you can insert your own audio because there's lots of programs that can do that, and it could be in that way. So the first character we're going to insert is Derek watches Kathy enter. So Kathy's entering his shop. So I'll just go on and hide that character. There we go. So again, he is in color, and that means that the initial state is normal. Okay, so he's not hidden. He's going to be on the screen to begin with. And I've placed him as facing the audience with one hand on the hip, and he's smiling. So if you did want to change the pose, or if you want a different one later, just show you how to do that. Select your character, right click and go to replace pose, and go here. And then you can go to the poses for this character and you pick a new one. Okay, different expressions come with different poses for this character. Okay, so you can pick a new one and then insert. Okay, so this one starts at the beginning of the timeline. So there's nothing really in terms of a trigger for that. It's just there from the beginning. What we're going to trigger is what happens at cue point number 1 here, and it'll be the new character that'll appear. So the next one is Derek says hi. This one right here. So I'll just show you what that looks like. Okay, so Derek says hi. I have him leaning towards the other character. Okay, and smiling. And we're going to insert the caption as well. So you'll see that in a second. So it's going to start at cue point 1. So you're going to insert that again by clicking C in the timeline. And then just remember, you can just put it arbitrarily at first, and then you can move it around later. So I'll just go through a couple of these things. But first, we're going to talk about the other characters. So we're going to insert Kathy says hi. And then there's going to be a caption as well. Okay, so for Kathy, I have her up here. Kathy says hi. All right, so there's Kathy. She's initial state hidden. So when they're in gray, initial state is hidden. Okay, so I'll just go over the triggers for that. So cue point 1 over here. When the timeline reaches cue point 1, change the state of Derek says hi to normal. So we're going to change this to normal. Change the state of Derek watches Kathy enter to hidden. So this one in the background is going to go away. Change the state of Kathy says hi to normal. And then we're going to have one more thing. We're going to have a caption. This one. Hi Derek, how are you? This is also going to change to normal at cue point 1. Okay, so that's all cue point 1 right there. Okay, so the next thing, let's just go back to the script for a second. So we're on this layer now. So Kathy opens the door, and then so he's watching her enter, and then he's leaning forward as she says, "Hi Derek, how are you?" And then he answers, "I'm pretty good. It's nice to see you. What can I help you with?" And that's all for that layer. Now you can divide this up however you like as well. This is just what I decided. So we're going to look at this part here, what he says back to her. Okay, so at the next cue point, we have a caption, Derek, hi, and Kathy is in a neutral pose during that time. So here's the caption. And then Kathy is in a neutral pose. Okay, so I'll just show you what that looks like. Actually, one second, I gotta undo something here. Okay, so I just had to undo that I had this other character here in front because I was just doing that to show you. So I'll just quickly show you what Kathy neutral looks like. But again, you can do this however you like. So she's just arms down at side, facing the other character. Just undo that. Okay, so now we have the caption here, "I'm pretty good, it's nice to see you," and Kathy neutral. So let's look at cue point number 2 here. Now it looks like a lot, but a lot of it's just like unhiding something and hiding something, right? So change the caption state here. So this one, Derek, hi, I'm pretty good, to normal. So we want this to show up. And change the state of Kathy, hi Derek, how are you, to hidden. So this one goes away. Then change the state of Kathy neutral to normal. So she's just standing there while he talks. And her other character, Kathy, says hi with her hand up. We're going to make hidden. Okay, so that's all there is to that, really. It's just like popping something in and popping something out at the same time. And then we just have one more here. So there's another caption for Derek. This one, Derek, hi too, where he says, "What can I help you with?" And that one will be at cue point number 3. So we have changed the state of the caption, Derek says hi, to normal. So that one appears. Okay, what can I help you with? And then change the state of I'm pretty good. So when he initially says hi, to hidden. Change the state of Derek says hi to hidden. And change the state of Derek says what can I help you with, to normal. Okay, so this is the character, right? So we'll just make sure we have that there. I don't know if I... Yeah, so this one as well we need. So this is his character. And I'll just show you what that looks like. So now he has his hand forward and he's saying, what can I help you with? Okay, so I think now we have them all. Okay, so that's up to cue point number 3. So why don't we just go preview what that looks like now. The way this works right now, we might have to play through the base layer. If I fast forward, sometimes it jumps too much and it's going to go into these other layers. Okay, so this is the base layer now. Let's see if I can fast forward a little bit. Okay, we'll just stop it there. Okay, so that's the thought cloud, and then we're going to go into his personality. Okay, so now, very shortly, we're going to start. There's, okay, that's the second one. And now we should be on the second layer very soon. There we go. Here we're on Kathy arrives layer. Watching her enter. She says hi. Then he says, I'm good, nice to see you. And he says, what can I help you with?
My laptop won't turn on.
Okay, so now we're on the next one.
So you could take a look.
We'll get to that in a second. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So the next thing to do, so we'll just go back to this plan. So we duplicated the base layer, we deleted any unwanted objects, insert a character for Kathy, so make sure you know who we want for Kathy, and then insert the poses, expressions, and speech bubbles for Derek and Kathy. Derek watches Kathy enter, Kathy says hi, Derek says hi, Derek asks what he can help her with, and Kathy listens in neutral pose. And now we're going to add the fade animations to all the characters and objects. So you're pretty much going to be adding the fade animations to all the characters and captions on the screen, not the title and not the scene or the objects here. There are two exceptions though. Okay, so the caption for Derek says hi number 2, so this one right here, we're only going to do fade in, and the reason is we're going to continue this on the next layer. Okay, and also Derek says, what can I help you with? So the actual character down here. Okay, so the character that goes with that caption also just fade in, no fade out, because we want it to appear seamless with the next layer. Okay, so just to review quickly about how to add an animation, you're going to go here, and then you're just going to add animation for fade in and fade out to the character. And again, we're going to insert text to speech later. So now you're going to duplicate the layer. Okay, so you're going to go here and duplicate, then you're going to rename it. Next layer will be Kathy's laptop is broken. Okay. And like I said, you can rename this whatever you want. And now we're going to go back to Kathy's layer after you duplicate it, because you got to make the trigger to show this layer. And so we'll insert a new cue point 4. So that's a little arbitrary. You can have it appear like after this one at a certain point. And you're just going to go to show layer, Kathy's laptop is broken, when the timeline reaches cue point 4. And there we have the basics for that one. So I've already kind of tested that and shown you, so we'll go on to the next layer now.